Hey everyone, I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to jump on, but welcome to Raine's Reveals, where I share helpful information and tips on different things to enhance your life. I'm Raine Mertz, for those of you that don't know, and I'm really excited to be talking about mornings today. So it's something I think that we take for granted, and it's kind of the blur of the day. So I think that now would be a good time to kind of just talk about some ways that we can make the beginning of our day a little bit better, and how we approach the very first part of our day. Now, I know that there's some people that are truly just not morning people at all, and I get it. I used to be that way myself. Now I love mornings. So it's been a huge shift, but it didn't happen overnight. I used to get up at the very last second that I possibly needed to. I would do the bare minimum that I needed to do to get ready. I would be drinking my coffee as I walked out the door, and that was my morning. So it was not enjoyable. It was flustering, and it made it a lot tougher. And sometimes to make a situation a little easier, we need to do things to plan ahead or prepare. And sometimes it's worth it to wake up, even if it's just 10 minutes earlier, so that you can have those 10 minutes to yourself. But we can talk about that a little bit later on. So when you first wake up, your body, for it to be in its optimal state, it really needs a few minutes to reboot, to fully be aware. I know that a habit I used to have, and I know a lot of people do, is you immediately wake up and you grab your phone. Maybe you're doing it to check the time, or maybe you're doing it to check up on Facebook or whatever. But jumping straight into something like that doesn't give our bodies the chance to reboot the way that it needs to. So being able to kind of just wake up and maybe even spend just a couple of minutes laying down, maybe even stretching in bed, just some quick, easy stretches, something like that. Give your body the chance to fully wake up and prepare for the fact that there's a new day ahead. And this can make a really big difference. Things like making sure that you get plenty of sleep, which everybody talks about, but how many of us really do it? So having that discipline to make sure that you're getting the amount of sleep that you need. Now, I know that when you have small children, it's a game changer for that, and I totally get that as well. But doing things, whatever you need to do to try to get at least a decent amount of sleep, is really important. And for everyone that does not have small children, it's something that should be even more of a priority. So you can do those things and make sure that when you wake up, you're being intentional about your day. If you look at the morning as just the thing that you have to do to get through, then it's always going to be a chore. It's always going to be something that's hard to accept. When you do things like plan ahead, if you know that you're going to make breakfast in the morning, you're going to have breakfast at home, and maybe you're, just for the sake of throwing something out there, maybe you're going to have oatmeal. So go ahead and get the oatmeal out, get the pot and the lid out that you're going to need. Get the whisk or spoon and put it in the spoon rest. Have the things out so that you have the minimal effort that you need to first thing in the morning. So you're able to just let your body wake up, and you're not having to scramble around looking for a million things while being distracted by a million other things. If you drink coffee in the morning, I'm a big coffee drinker, try to set it up the night before. Even if you don't have a coffee pot with a timer, you can always put the coffee in the filter in there and then just put the water in the carafe. So you only just have to pour it into the coffee pot and turn it on. Things like this just make everything so much easier. When you plan your clothes the night before, pack the bag of things you need. If you're going on a play date with your kids or something like that, pack the things that you know you're going to need. Maybe sunscreen, things like that. Maybe there's a couple of toys you plan to take with you, or a book, or whatever it is that works for your unique situation. just pack it the night before and make it easier on yourself. It takes maybe 5 minutes to do these things, and they will make a world of difference when you're waking up and you're struggling just to kind of get acclimated to the situation around you, because you know you're still half asleep, possibly, things like that. It makes the mornings not be so rough and so hard on us, and that's the key. When you can wake up in the morning and you know that those things are taken care of, so you just have to do these minimal things, you're able to be you're able to be present and in the moment for the day. And when you do that first thing in the morning, it's crucial. It literally lays the foundation for the rest of your day. Have you ever woken up late and you were running around, overwhelmed, everything was crazy, you finally made it out of the door, you made it to your job, and the whole entire day just seemed to one thing after another went wrong. It was overwhelming, it was an extremely stressful day, things like that. Now, every now and then we're going to oversleep, and that's going to happen, but for the most part, if you give yourself that little bit of time first thing in the morning to be present, if at all possible, even if you're having a smoothie, if you can sit down and have your breakfast and just give yourself those few minutes to be in the moment before your day begins with the endless activities that we all have on us, it will make the rest of the day go just a little bit smoother. And I noticed that when I started doing this, it really did change my whole day, and it changed my mornings. It made me start loving mornings. You'll start to notice other little things that may or may not make a difference for you. I know that I have some pretty awesome, fun, big mugs, and then I have some nice china coffee cups and things like that. And I know that if I have my big mug and I'm running around with it, I already feel hectic and like the day is immediately wake up, work. There is no time to reboot, no time to settle or anything like that. If I have my nicer cup, I'm still walking around doing the exact same things, but there's this sense of being present and being in the moment and being able to enjoy it. Now, for me, that's something that helps me to slow down and embrace what's going on around me first thing in the morning. For you, it could be something completely different. It could be some small thing that you know that if you did, it would be something enjoyable that you would start your day off with. And it can be the smallest, simplest thing. It doesn't have to be something where you wake up an hour before you go to work to do this or anything like that. Just whatever it's going to take to add a little bit of joy to your life first thing in the morning. And the things that you can plan ahead the night before to make it easier on yourself first thing in the morning are all going to make a huge difference. And that's going to look a little different for each person, but it's worth it and it makes a huge difference. And the other thing that makes a really big difference, my last point for the day, is, and I've been there too, but when you wake up and you get ready, maybe you get maybe you get the kids ready and you do breakfast and stuff like that, but you're not leaving the house, so you decide there's really no point in getting dressed for the day or anything like that. I'm telling you that it does have a subconscious effect on you, or an effect on your subconscious after a while. So even if you know that you're not leaving the house, get dressed for the day. It can be in whatever you want, something comfortable, whatever, but let the day start and be prepared for the day and do those things, because those little things that don't seem like they matter are going to make a huge difference. And I do speak 100% from experience, and I know several other people that have noticed these changes too, so I know it's not just me, but doing these things can make you not hate mornings. It can make you be less stressed first thing in the morning, especially if you have small children with lots of demands and things first thing in the morning, or lots of energy. I know mine has a ton of energy. So these are things that make it easier for us. They make us look forward to the day, or at least be less stressed at the very beginning of the day. So I hope that you incorporate some of these. I'm going to talk more in depth about them in my book that's coming out in the fall. And for those of you that haven't had the chance to check it out, you know that my other book is out now, A Month of Crystals and Oils. So I would love for you to check that out and let me know what you think about that as well. And feel free to comment with any questions you have. I'd love to elaborate on anything. And if you missed this now, I hope that you get a chance to watch the replay. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all again next week.